sorry, it is the visibility tag. Okay, property. So now what does this visibility property do? So basically visibility property has just two values. One is the visible and the second value is the hidden. So if you want to make some content visible, then you will make that visibility's value will be visible. So where if this is basically used to hide some content, okay, so making visible is also an value for it, but this concept basically came to hide some content of the web page. So when you like to add some of the hide some of the content, so let's take an example. Just imagine it, you have a paragraph tag, inside that you have a span tag. So now I'm going to hide that span tag or the content which is inside that span tag. So for example, inside that content or inside the span tag there's a content hello, so I want to hide that hello. So in such a case I will write span in the style tag. Okay, in the style tag I will write the element name span, and in the curly braces I will write visibility colon hidden. So visibility is the property name, and the this is the colon is the separator, right, for as we know it is a common one, and the hidden, that is the value for that property. So this property will hide the span tag or the content inside the span tag. So when we say visible, so let's take the same example. Okay, so now if something is visible in the web page and now hidden in the web page, and now we want to make it visible, so in such conditions, like let's take the same example, the span. Okay, in the span I will write span and then the curly braces, and then inside that I'll write visibility colon visible. So again the visibility is the property name and the value is visible. Okay, so now let's see an example of it and let's understand it. Okay, so let's just remove these tags. Okay, so now I have this p tag inside the div tag, right? So I will make this hello visible and the rest all the hello invisible, that is hidden, and rest all will be visible. Okay, now let's see that. Okay, so I'll write this is the class name, right, dot eg1 curly braces, I will write visibility hidden. Now let's run this. Okay, see that has become hidden, the hello word as hidden. Now why is it given a space? As we know it's in a paragraph tag, right? So it will be always in a starting in a new tag. And the second thing that you should observe here is, yes, the word is hidden, so when it is hidden, this continuous should be in this place, that is in the second line, right? But the main thing here is that when you hide or when you make some content invisible, the content will be invisible, but yet that space which is allocated for that content will be there in the web page. Please keep this in the mind. Whenever you are hiding something, the place which was given for that hidden content will be there in your web page. You can't hide that space, only you can hide the content or some or the other content which you have told or which you have given the property to hide, but you can't hide the space. The space will remain as it is. Okay, so now let's give something else also. Let's give id for this equals to div1. Okay, I'll write hash div1, I write visibility visible. Okay, now let's see what is the output and how it looks. Now you may ask me, now the div is given visible, right? Then why didn't the hello been visible, right? I always told you the program always gets executed from top to down. So now what is sorry, this again and long thing. Okay, so yes, it is working from top to down, but see here, this id comes first and then the class comes, right? Yes, the class is although invisible or it's hidden, but always see that, and this is not a good programming practice, so I should always write it like this. Okay, see there's no change. Okay, but the problem over here is for understandability, nothing else. But always remember the one which is containing the bigger part, right? So now the div is the bigger part. So as I told, even when it was the div was in the below the class, even at that place, that the main concept over here is the div will be given this property, but even in that place something else is given to that class also. So it will not overplace that class because already there is some or the other content, because this is the minute part, or this is the child of the div, right? So when it gets executed, so now what is it? All are visible and now the EG is hidden. So this will be same. Okay, so there will be no changes. Now let's change it like this. Okay, let's take off this and have it visible over here. Okay, now let's run this. Okay, now this is visible again. Okay, I hope you got it. So even without writing this visible, it would have been visible if we just removed everything, right? So there's not big impact on visible, but this was mainly brought for hiding the content, that's all. Okay, so you just remember that, and that's the enough, because for making it visible we don't need to give any property or any value at all. So that's the reason it's not giving so effect for me or this topic, all right? But the main thing over here, you are supposed to keep to hide some content, you are supposed to make use of this visibility property. So don't forget that. Please leave that visible value and all. Please don't concentrate on that more, but please try to make use of this hidden in your website, so that you can even know what is it all about, right? So for making it visible, you really don't need this property, but making the content invisible or making the content to be hidden, you need it. And please remember this in the mind, while you are hiding a content, the space allocated for that content will remain in the web page. You can't hide that space. Okay, now let's go to the next topic, that is the CSS navigation bar. With the help of the CSS navigation bar, you can make the most boring navigation or most boring menu list into a really very attractive and a very user friendly one. Okay, so with the help of this, we can make two types of navigation bar. One is the vertical one, and the next one is the horizontal one. So with the help of this, we are going to see an example, based on this we are going to see an example, and we'll make some attractive menu also. Okay, now let's start for the example. So first let's make an vertical one. So for that, let's create an UL tag. Okay, inside that I will create an li tag, and in this I will have an anchor tag. Okay, I will anchor something, but now for time being I'll give an hash. Hash means that it will be remaining in the same page itself, it will be not linked to any other. Okay, let's create like that 4 ones. Okay, so in this first one I will write that this is home. In this I will write it as gallery. In this third I will write as contact us, and in the fourth I will write it about. Okay, so these are the menus. Let's run this. Okay, see, we got, as it's a link, we'll get blue color, and we have made use of list. Okay, unordered list, so it will be always of dashed by bullets by default. An unordered list is a bullet one. So now let's make it more attractive and make this what is this menu something really a good one, so that it grabs a user's attention and it's really very user friendly also. So now to make it more attractive, first we'll remove this bullets. So for that we'll make use of the style. Okay, in this I'll write UL, and inside this I will write list style type. This I'll write it as none, because I don't want that bullet and all, right? So first let's remove that bullet. Okay, so the bullet is removed first. So why are we removing a bullet? Because when you actually see in the menu, we don't have any bullet or any dash or anything like that. Okay, first let's remove it. Now we'll give some properties to the li as well as that, the list as well as the anchor tag. Okay, so li and a space anchor. Okay, now in this I'll write display as block. Okay, I just taught you, and the width I will give it as a 60 pixel. Okay, and then I will give background color as blue. or cm. Now what it has happened, so the pixel is just 60, right? Width of the menu is just 60, so its contact has went down. We will adjust it now. So now I'm giving a block structure to it so that it will be in a block wise. So actually when you see menus, vertical menu one below the other will always be inside a block. Okay, so then we have given this block. Now let's give some more and more decorations to it and make it more colorful. Okay, now let's make it as 80 and let's run this. Okay, so it's again adjusted. Okay, now let's give something an h over property or something like that. So for that I'll write li, that is list, and then the anchor h over. Okay, inside that I will write change the background color to white. Okay, so I'm telling that when the mouse comes over it, please change the background color to white. Okay, now let's see if you will see. Okay, I've done some mistake in this. Li and not L1. Oh my god. Okay, now let's run this. See, its color, the color is changing to white. Okay, let's give some other color. Let's make it as red. Okay, so now when I change it to red, the h over will be red. So this is the second or the another one which is really very good, right? So now even there are many such things. Okay, you can even change after clicking, you can change the color, as we have seen this in some of the other examples, right? Okay, now let's even give some bordering to this. Okay, so let's go to the code and I'll give some bordering in the anchor tag. Okay, so border 1 pixel solid, let's give the color as black. Okay, now let's run this. Okay, see, so why are we basically doing this? To make our menu bar more attractive and more colorful, so that it will be really very user friendly and it will even grab the attention of the user. So in the same way you can even do it for the horizontal. Just you need to make a few changes. So for now what we did, we first made it for a block, right? So make it as an inline so that it will be in same line, and give some other functionality, give some other coloring and all. So for example, you can even give some colorings to, okay, let's say that it's in the home tag. Okay, let's assume, and we can even give some background color to just the home. So I'll give this as id. Okay, let's write this as home. Okay, now let's give some color to only this home. So I'll write inside the li in a, I have something as ash home, because ash is the id. Okay, and I'll say background color as yellow. Okay, now let's run this. Okay, I think, oh yeah, again I written it. Okay, now let's run this. Home has been hello. So this is the basic thing. So with the help of the CSS we can make the boring one. So in the start it was like a list, right? So with the help of the CSS I just made it as a menu bar. So in the same way you can make it for horizontal also, and you can even see in that on toggles, right? You can even make use of a toggles with the help of this. So you can make this CSS usable and make your website more and more attractive and more creative, so that the user will be able to make it or make use of it really very easily, and it will even attract the user.